Why should you invest in real estate? You may or may not have heard of this, but think of the acronym IDEAL. Real estate is an ideal way to go as far as investing. I, I stands for income, okay? The potential for consistent monthly cash flow after expenses are tried and true. So you collect rent, right? You subtract your expenses, and that positive, hopefully a net positive, is what we call income. And the more and more that you have, the more and more you could escape from the rat race or your 9 to 5. D, okay? D stands for depreciation. Some of you folks need more real estate in your life because you're making a lot of money, which is a good thing. Okay. But guess what? The bad thing is Uncle Sam is taking a good chunk of your income. If you have real estate, you could depreciate that asset and make it a write-off. And so, full disclaimer, I'm not a tax professional, CPA, anything like that. Make sure if you're watching this on YouTube or wherever, you have your own professionals. Please be responsible and check with your professionals, okay? So depreciation simply means when you buy real estate, the roof starts to go bad, wear and tear of the carpet, and the usage of the appliances. When you have a tenant, those are depreciation type of things that you could use towards a write-off. Okay. Equity. E stands for equity. Okay. So essentially, you buy a property for like 500,000. Okay. And it goes up 100,000 2, 3 years later. The differential from what you bought it from that what it could sell for right now is what we call equity. And there was a time where it was going really, really crazy. The market was popping and it was going 10% appreciation equity per month. Okay. Typically in California, big states like this or other big states, sometimes you'll see a property double in 3 to 5 years. And so we don't have high cash flow in California. We do have high appreciation. And so some people are like battling why they should invest in California or Texas or, different states, this and that. Well, the biggest debate is appreciation versus cash flow. So you want to take that into consideration. Appreciation was what I mentioned about a little bit earlier. If you bought your property for 500,000 and in 5 years it goes to 1 million, that's what we call appreciation. You didn't do anything. It was the market, the demand of the market that helped that appreciation grow, essentially free money for you. That's appreciation. And the last reason why real estate is an ideal investment is because of leverage. Leverage is huge. So if you're watching my other videos on YouTube and prior recordings, what have you, I talked about that, where a veteran, a military person could get in a property with zero down, and the bank takes a risk, the leverage of everything else. If you're a first time home buyer, FHA, you could get away with maybe 3.5, 5% down, and the bank will carry the rest. So you don't have to come in with all that money to buy a house. As a matter of fact, I've talked to so many folks that are not homeowners, and they were talking about like, yeah, what's holding me back is I heard you got to have a lot of money and you got to come in with 10% or 20, and I've even heard people say 30 or 50% down, and that is not the case. Okay, so watch my other videos. I went into it a lot further about you could get away with zero down, especially if you serve the military, right? Policemen, and there's also some different city grants and what have you out there that you could take advantage of. Find a great lender locally that knows some of these different grants out there that might work to your advantage. Okay, So I don't want to make this a very, very long video. I just want to drop some gold, get in, get out, help you get on going with your day. So subscribe, smash that bell, like, follow me. I'm just gonna keep dropping it, guys. So I appreciate you. Take care. God bless. Make it a great day. See you later, alligator. All right. See ya.